Nick, the two leaders, the President and Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, had a 40-minute conversation by phone. Were there any decisions made? What would they have talked about for 40 minutes?
Well, I think the issue would be clearly how to make this response different from previous ones. I mean, this was clearly a much more provocative action by North Korea than past moves, sending a group of missiles directly over Japan. I mean, air raid sirens were going off in northern Japan, telling people this was extremely dangerous and to take shelter. So, I mean, what you're seeing here is sort of a continued defiance by North Korea, particularly after U.S. officials, including the Secretary of State, had basically said, hey, we appreciate North Korea having sort of laid off on provocative actions over the last several weeks. And then twice in a row, we have missile launches sort of essentially putting to rest the notion that North Korea is interested in any de-escalation. And that's really going to force the administration to a different response than in previous weeks.
The Japanese foreign minister, Nick, said that Pyongyang flinched in the face of U.S. warnings about sending a missile to Guam. Should we look at it in that way, the fact that Korea backed off in sending a missile in that direction?
I would be wary of looking at it that way. This was still a pretty provocative action. I mean, the issue here, what we'd seen was the U.S. was sort of looking to declare a modicum of victory based on what North Korea had not done in recent weeks. And then when North Korea goes ahead and does something, clearly that changes the calculus. I mean, President Trump's remark that all options remain on the table, I would say, is sort of more of the same. But I would expect the response going forward to really focus on what Secretary of State Rex Tillerson has already laid out. So ramping up pressure on allies, ramping up pressure on China to enforce sanctions, and really try to box North Korea into a corner and squeeze it economically.